My people from everywhere, I'm back at y'all with part four of Game Bangers Near Death Experience. So get ready for this one, and if you haven't already, please like, share, and subscribe. All right, I'm gonna dig right into this, but before I do, I want to say something important. It's important that I get this out here to everybody that's out here in the field. If you out here in the field, you turned up, you banging today. Or if you just out here in the streets, you hustling today. You got bread in your pocket. You can come out the pocket and just bam, fuck off bands on this and that. I say this, bro. If you do not have one already, get that life insurance policy. You got kids, get your kids covered. You got parents, you got moms and pops, granny, or whoever. Get a life insurance policy to cover your ass, because you in the streets and it's likely you're going to get knocked down. It ain't nothing personal towards you, but for all of us who in the streets, in that street life, we need to start being more responsible and considerate, because we out here living this life recklessly, like we don't give a fuck about shit, and then our families got to struggle to bury us. So I suggest you out here in Southern California, probably Northern California, but I know it's just the LA County areas. If you do not have a policy, I recommend tap in with somebody from Primerica. If you need a link, I can plug you in with a link. Just hit me up on IG or whatever. But get that policy, man. Tap in with Primerica, because you can get a get term life insurance. Get that. You ain't be paying some maybe $24 a month or some of that, but cover your ass, cause you gang banging. And for all of us that was out there in the field, that's still out there in the field, that are just period, man. We gotta have that, because you shouldn't want your family to be on the side of the freeway, people getting off the freeway, and your sister, cousin, granny, whoever out there with a motherfucking sign talking about need help to cover this funeral. Come on, y'all. We gotta learn to be more responsible with this shit. Understand that the hood requires your commitment, and understand that. Understand this also. When you're really out there gang banging, when you front lining, when everything is for the hood, you don't really care about your family, bro. You don't care about your kids. You care about the hood. We all say we do, but we really don't. It took me to get life in prison to understand that I didn't really love my kids, because all I cared about was Raymond Ave. That's it. If I really cared about my kids, I wouldn't have been shooting niggas straight up. I would have been like, no, I ain't finna go out here and bust on these niggas, because I don't want to get locked up or nothing, get killed in the process. Then what about my kids? So when we out here putting in work and shit, we doing shit like that, that's the reality. Just think about it. If I'm gonna go over and knock these niggas down, I'm retaliating, else in the name of gangbanging. It's all business. But I'm not even considering my kids, my moms and girlfriends and wives, or whatever we got, boyfriends and husbands, whatever the situation may be. We not thinking like that. We just out here doing that. And we ain't thinking who's going to bury us. So if you banging, cover your burial service today, bro. Tap in with somebody at Primerica. You could easily find them. They got an office in Carson. That's the one I recommend. Uh, you know, Tap in with somebody from Primary and get you a term life insurance. Cover your ass. Don't have your family out here trying to scrape up nickels and dimes to bury you, because you don't put the money up to bury yourself, because you full-fledged gangbanger. That's for everybody, whoever you are, wherever you from, whatever state you in. You got money, cover your ass with a life insurance policy for your family's sake. You love them, get that policy, bruh. Period. So, 1987. Yeah, NWA was cracking too around that time. They was just really coming out. There's a lot of shit going on. Bloods, like I say, was real active, and I attribute that once again to 1987's activities, because the Bloods was active. The Bloods was active, and the Crips were responding. Rather, the Crips initiated certain things, the Blood responded. However the situation went, there's multiple situations. There's a lot of situations throughout the county, and I noticed that a lot of activities that were going on, I linked that to the UBN meeting that I spoke on the Griffith on my last interview, episode 3, Griffith Park situation. Yeah, because that was some UBN shit from my understanding, from what my folks told me, that was UBN shit. Uh, Most of the UBNs was Compton Pyrus, Crenshaw Mafia, Denver Lanes. on this side of town, that's who we dealt with. The homies in Compton was dealing with the Pyrus. I'm sure probably the homies in Carson was dealing with the Pyrus. The homies in Dago was probably dealing with the Pyrus at this time. Looked like they'd all came together. I don't know. I really want to hear some of my Damu partners uh, tell me something about that. Hit me up in the comment, man. I don't know. But it was just a turned up year. I don't know, bro. It just was a turned up year. Uh, they was doing their shit and we was responding. That was gang banging. And it's a trip because we used to ride down Rosecrans and we go to Compton. And you know, you get to Rosecrans, it's like people say from Avalon, but I go further back than Avalon because ain't nothing else in that area but oil fields over that way and warehouses. But coming down Rosecrans, you start all these Pyrus all the way down till you get to the Santana Block hood. The only Crip niggas on Rosecrans. Everything else is Pyru. So we'd be riding down Rosecrans and we'd be on alert. We'd be in the car sitting there with pistols on our lap just in case. You know, at the stop that lights, you just ready. You just had to be like that because some niggas is to be out there. And it's these apartments that was over there. These niggas had like this big ass red rag. This motherfucker, like it was about the size of a bedroom wall. Like they had a whole bunch of red rags sewed together to make one big ass thing, you know. And you see that shit. Like, look at these niggas. You just coming down this motherfucker. That was like headquarters for them. And we had always heard back then, like, you know, they got a UBN headquarters over there. I don't know how true that was. I don't know who told us that shit, but you know, it's a trip how you get information about what's going on in these other niggas' hoods who you don't get along with. We tell you this shit. Usually it's girls. That's what usually is girls. Women pretty much put that information because she's over there, she's fucking with a nigga from over here. So she telling this nigga over here what it look like over here in the Pyru side town. You know what I mean? So, you know, niggas getting information and the other girl doing the same thing about the Crip side of town. That's the way it is. And niggas is getting killed like that to this day because girls messing with him, and she's telling this and y'all get it, right? That's the life. That's the reality of this gangbang lifestyle. So, like I said, you know, a lot of shit was going on. They was over there on Rosecrans Deep. We used to ride through there. Like I said, they was all out there. That was Rosecrans, Pyru Central. Bloods was active. And on our side of town, they were active. But so were we. I mean, it's like, you know, it wasn't just Bloods just raining on niggas. It was just, you know, niggas was banging. They was raining, we was raining back. You know what I mean? Just, that is, niggas is gang banging. You know what I mean? It ain't nothing to say that who won a war because there's never no winner in this type of lifestyle. There's no winner in gang banging. You never win. You might be up for a minute, but you never know. It's just somebody beating came back and, you know, gave you the business. It don't stop. So there's really never no winners to this shit. Um, so I remember like 87, right? More of these near death experiences, but this one right here is a dumbass experience. So, you know, growing up gang banging, that's what we did. We patrolled our hoods back in the days. We, you know, niggas still do that. We patrol the hood with a pistol and a can of paint, and we striking up the hood. These days they call striking up tagging. My generation, we called it striking up and hitting up. You know what I mean? So we you know, we walking through the hood or on bikes or in cars, whatever. We riding through, we seeing shit, somebody riding the hood, we crossing them out. And we catch somebody striking them in the hood, we busting. That's gang banging 101. At the same time, we all tend to drift out and go into the enemy's hood, who these days they call the ops. But we tend to slide over here and cross these niggas out. Let's go up and like on some fuck these niggas type shit. Now, my big homie Big T and me, we used to do that shit a lot. We was real active. We was, you know, we was doing our shit. And, you know, we was some of them thrill seekers. You know, let's go up in there. And a lot of us know the bottoms, the Crenshaw Mafia. A lot of us know that. You know what I mean? Uh, we know that area. We done been all through there. A lot of us that's really from over there been over there. Me personally, I didn't grow up. I'm from Inglewood. I'm from off 104th and Prairie. That's where I come from. Straight up, I'm homegrown right there. Went to Center Park Elementary with a few niggas from Crenshaw Mafia. You know what I mean? So I'm a few niggas from Center Park too. So I know a lot of them niggas. I played over there. I never went to Monroe or Morningside because on my side of Prairie we was considered Lenox. So we went to the Lenox school districts on that side. That's South Inglewood. South Inglewood is that part which blends into Lenox. That's the section that us Crips always call Inglewood. That's another story. I'm gonna tell y'all about that later. However, back to what I was saying. Crenshaw Mafias, the bottoms. We've been all up in there, most of us. We know this area. So it was times they had this big ass CMGB on the wall, like in front of these apartments, like a brick wall in front of these apartments. I think that's England that ran right to Woolworth. Now, it's an alley right behind there, then there's the car wash. You can come in from that alley and come right up in the apartments where they used to be at. We know that. We've been up in there many times. And not only that, we had a homie who lived up in there when they used to be hanging out over there. So we always had like little intel about little shit because we used to creep at night to drop the homie off to go home when he run up in the apartments from the back alley. So, we knew where they was at. We knew how they hung in the front. But still, sometimes we be gang banging, we become so, I would say, disillusional. We just become real stupid. We become real dumbasses at times. And that's why a lot of us then got killed because we do dumbass shit. Uh, sometimes we get to feel like we super crips. And they get to feel like they super bloods. And we just be like, we don't give a fuck. And we going with old raggedy ass pistol. We just riding around the car with raggedy ass pistol in the can of paint like we did when we was younger. Now, mind you, I'm a teenager. My G homie, he about like 20, 21, just got out the pen or some shit, but he's still out here active with the young homie. We running behind him too. That's how it always been. I've ran behind a lot of my G homies. That's why I'm the way I am now because my name carries the weight it does. Then period. Because I come up doing this shit. I'm not a fly by night ass nigga. I'm from over here. I done done this shit. I done done the time. I done stayed solid. I ain't never told on niggas. I done banged. I done been banged on. I respect both sides of the coin. Hey, it's all business. That's gang banging for you. It's all business. So me and T over here one night, we like on some fuck these niggas type shit. We finna jump out the car on these niggas, right? We don't see these niggas though. We pull up in front of these apartments right here. We don't see nobody out here. These niggas in the bushes though, in the cut. We jump out. As soon as the nigga open the door, finna crawl out the car, I like, hold up. And you just see the niggas on the side like little bushes in the cut. So as soon as I don't even know if they really knew what we was doing, if they paid attention to it, because there's other cars parked there. And people that know it's a one-way street. You come in from 104th and you come all the way to fucking Woolworth. And then you bust it like that. That's how that shit came. So here it is, we pulling through from 104th, but there's other cars there. So they could have been thinking that we was somebody else. They probably didn't even know what the fuck was going on. We could have just dumped on them niggas, really. We could have just probably aired them out right then. We had an old pistol with us. We could have just dumped on niggas. But at the time, we was thinking like, okay, we don't see nobody. It looked clear. And we just finna go out here and just whack them out real quick and strike up. Big T and Crazo was, you know what I mean? We finna whack them out, let them know who came through this motherfucker. That was the plan. But them niggas was right there. And I was like, nigga, that was the dumbest shit that ever could have happened. Because even though we had a burner, that could have went all bad. Because them niggas be right there with heat a lot. We knew that. We know how they respond over there. We didn't been through there in situations with them. So we knew what to expect when you going over there. But still, I mean, the homie was just trying to cross them niggas' hood out right there on some thrill seeker shit. Like, fuck it, nigga, let's do it. We didn't do it though. You know what I mean? We didn't do it. We just jumped back in the car, played it off, and just slid away. It was like, wow, nigga, we just coming over here to strike up on the wall, you know what I mean? And just like, nigga, them niggas, and I don't think they knew we was there. I don't think they knew who it was in that car we was, because they didn't respond. Normally a nigga would be didn't hit us. So who these niggas? They would have seen us when they got the car. But as soon as the car door opened and we getting out the car, I noticed these niggas. Niggas probably was serving some niggas, I don't know. But they was slipping too because we had them. But them niggas could have had us too. So that there is another near-death experience that could have went bad in two ways. We could have knocked some of them down. We only had a raggedy ass 32 or some shit like that. We had a pistol or some fucking revolver. So we only had 6 shots, you know what I mean? And you got these niggas right here. So we could have probably got that off and then what? You know what I mean? Ran through the field back to Century to whatever, or towards 104th and got the fuck on how we should do. We could have done some shit like that, but still, that was some dumbass shit to be going over there trying to strike up in these niggas' hood at a place where them niggas is known for being deep at. That's the main thing about it. It's one thing to go strike up on 104th out there, but you get up in the bottoms, you got to go in there right. You can't go up in there with no raggedy shit. You got to come up in there. You know what I'm saying? We got to go up in there and get right. You know what I mean? But just coming right on the walls, we was just on some dumbass shit. But That's what I'm saying. It's seal seeks, thrill seeking motherfuckers. Like we was doing some thrill seeking shit. Could have lost our life. So I tell y'all, man, stop going up in niggas' hoods trying to cross them niggas out and doing shit like that. Cause you trying to go up in these niggas' hood, you never know, bro. You know what I mean? And I got another story about that in this same area. We did it again, and I'll tell y'all about that in another episode. Until then, thanks for watching. Continue to share this content. I appreciate that. I'm just trying to keep it pure, man. Straight up. Both sides of the fence, not being biased, just being 100 with all the content and just put it out there. Shout out to all y'all who've been watching. Shout out to Hoodie Hood and Dago and all of the homies out there in Dago, all my niggas from the hood and my niggas from the coast, even some of my Skyline niggas in Lincoln Park and my Brim and Emerald Hill niggas. Shout out to Lady Bling in Memphis. These is new subscribers that I just tapped in with. I mean, so I appreciate y'all. And shout out to the homie gangster OGNT. We gonna link up soon. But I just shout out everybody that's doing something with their life, that's on this YouTube channel, that's trying like myself. I mean, we all trying. So, you know, what's wrong with, yeah, each one teach one. Give a person a hand or some shit. Give a person a shout out sometime. It ain't gonna hurt. We always talk about let's support black businesses, support black owned. Nigga, I'm black.